we're living in this life for the next life. And so Paul recognizes that the difficulties that he faces in his life, that he has been imprisoned for his faith, falsely imprisoned, he is actually very proud of how he's lived. I have run this race. I've fought the good fight. I've lived in accordance with what I believe. And so his difficult life, lived properly, is something that he is proud of at the end of his life. And there is nothing more rewarding than the Christian faith, nothing more inspiring than pouring our lives out for the purposes of God. And so it's like that fine wine. I mean, people decide that they want to bottle up wine, put it in a cellar, and wait, and just wait and wait and wait, and just have patience and say, we want this is going to mature over time. This is going to be an aged wine. This is going to be an important batch. What we're producing, we're not going to spoil it. We're not just going to crack it open right away. We're going to build something really meaningful. You know, an easy life is a juice box, right? Adults aren't supposed to drink juice boxes, right? An easy life is that little, I mean, man, it brings me back to my school days, you know, juice boxes and my lunch at schools. Anyone else? Juice boxes, fruit punch, and yeah, I grew up in a different country, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. But the flavors don't matter. The point is, it was the juice box. But that's a child's life, you know, and that's fine. There's fond memories there. But when you grow up into adulthood, into maturity, you say, yeah, the difference between an easy life and a juice box life is a fine wine, a wine that is aged, that has a story behind it, that has value to it, that was precious and that was patiently saved and stored away, and that we had an intention about building our lives in a particular way. Wine sells for a lot of money. We have the most expensive bottle of wine ever sold. I think it was 2018. We have this slide here. Most expensive bottle of wine ever sold in auction in, so it's a 1945 𝗲𝗍𝗆𝗀, I think that's how you say it. It's a French Burgundy. Sold in 2018 for $558,000. That's how much we have for our building fund. That's amazing. I just realized that. Wow. Let's buy a bottle of wine. All right. So that was 17 times more than the original estimated price. Now, why would somebody? Now we might say, oh, that's a real waste of money to spend that money on that. It was a charitable auction, so they were intentionally trying to raise money for charity. As well, so that's why the price was inflated so much. But a couple of things about this particular wine, and this is an image of the Christian life. This wine was made in the most expert, and had the most expertise that went into producing it. This particular vineyard in France produces some of the most desirable grapes, and the process they use. So it was, people seek after it because of its just the quality that it has itself in terms of its flavor that's unlike any other wine. But it's even more amazing than that. The story behind this bottle of wine. World War II ended in 1945. It was the year that the war ended. And so this wine represents the peace and the relief that the world felt after World War II. It survived. It was in France. It was in a cellar in France. It survived one of the most evil regimes the world has ever seen, some of the most evil things that have been done on the earth. It survived it and came through and became an image of life after tragedy, an image of joy, refinding joy again, refinding the good things in life again after something so evil and so terrible. And so you can't put a price on that, which is why it's almost actually, in one sense, there is no upper limit in terms of like somebody could spend literally all of their money on this. I mean, it could be worth $1 billion. I mean, in terms of it's worth what somebody is willing to pay for it because of what it stands for and because of what it means. And it's a beautiful image of the Christian life, that what we're willing to persevere, the evil we're willing to put up with, the false imprisonments, the false accusations, the punches in the face, the sandbags in the back of the head, whatever it is that happens to us, we recognize heaven is going to be this joy and peace and relief that's going to have a value to it that we can't even compute, that we can't even imagine how great and how wonderful that life is going to be there. That's a picture of the Christian life, and it takes time, it takes endurance. The faster we try to get there, the worse off we'll be. We've got to keep bottling it up, keep putting it away, keep storing it up.
When you like and subscribe, this video reaches more people.